different YouTubes were open. I'm sorry about that, but let's get started. I'm Roseanne Perla, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I do Monday Night Lives. And I am going to be able to pull this up. Excuse me. Just get to my channel. Here we are. And this should all be good now. Okay, so I'm going to use the Dies and Stamp Set Bundle Boardwalk Fun. And that's what I recommend. That's all you need for this, as well as a paper pack, the DSP paper. This is a really cool fun fold. My stamp is stuck to this, which is never a good thing, because sometimes it can take off the paper. I've had that happen before. So I am just going to do one card. I have them all bundled. I did a lot of them, and I have tons of die cuts I had to cut out for this. It does use a lot of die cuts. I highly recommend the die cuts. Okay, and I'm going to put that right there. I have two things to stamp, this and this. Usually I like to stamp off screen, but I am going to stamp on screen. I am not going to use my stamping tool tonight. I'm just going to use my mat and do it myself. And I want this side of the roller coaster. I absolutely love this stamp set. When I originally bought it, well, the whole bundle I bought, I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to like it or not. And I really do. I love it. So, this is the first time I'm using this stamp. I did not get to make this card ahead of time one up. So, just get this inked up. Really good. This is Secret C. So the amount of product you need for this is not a ton. And this card I did not design myself. For once, I did the paper crafter, and I think she's from Australia or England, and I know those are far apart. And that's okay. There is something on here that caused that to happen. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's okay. A little piece of, I think, paper that caused these marks, but I'm going to leave it as is. Handmade. No worries. Yeah. So now that I wiped it off, it could have been right from my hands when I was, patting it to get my oils on it to season that stamp. Okay. Now I have a whole separate, this is how I do things. I have a whole separate set because I'm making 8 sets of these. So I have a whole separate thing with all of my die cuts in there. And I only need, I could do happy birthday or celebrate, and happy birthday on the back and celebrate on the front. Oh, I do need to do happy birthday, so I'm going to do that. Okay. That's right. So I have one more thing to stamp. Okay. A lot of my blocks are used with another set that I'm working on. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to use Celebrate on here. Okay. I'm just going to be happy with whatever I do tonight as far as stamping. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Okay, put this away. And the other one I'm going to do is Happy Birthday. And I'm going to do that on the back of the card. Okay, so this is the fun fold. It is 11.5 by 4. And it's scored at 3 3.25 by 7.5 and 9.5. Or 3 3/4, 7.5 and 9.5. Measure that. Yeah. I don't know, when you put it out, I mean, I will give you all of the measurements for this. I'm going to stamp this back side because it will have the note on the back, and it stands up very nicely. Okay. The note will be on the back. Your sentiment will be on the back. That's the only place that I can fit it. And I'm going to do Happy Birthday, not upside down. Okay. I am stamping live. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. And that's it for that stamp set. And I can tell you what it is. It is 3 3/4, 7.5, and 9.5. It is done. So we're done with stamping. Yay. This is the front. This is the back. Put that away. Okay. So I am going to just pour these out. I don't need all of them. I've made extras. So what we're going to do is, I already cut the base for this. I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to keep just the Ferris wheel for this one, and I'm going to attach the Ferris wheel with the gear. We've got gears tonight, and this is going to be one of the cards. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go around this way. I'm going to keep all of the gondolas. I'm just going to cut off the base. Okay, and I think that's it. That's all I have to do. And I'm going to keep the entire gondola the way it is. Okay, and it's going to go on there. I'm going to line that up with those two gondolas. I can actually take all of that off. I'm going to take that off, actually, because that would interfere. When it rotates, you would see those. And then let me see what else I need to take off. When it rotates, I think that's okay. 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 So let's do that. on my piece here, I am going to attach my Petunia Pop. This is Petunia Pop is leaving our colors because it is a 2024-2026 in colors. So when the new catalog comes out in May, these probably will be all gone. The paper and the inks and markers and anything that goes with Petunia Pop, and the other 4 colors. There are 5 in colors. So I want to get that as close as I can to putting that on there. I am going to use my tip glue, and I will be using a lot of tweezers. So my pointed tip glue. I'm just going to get a little here and there. Is it raining where you are? It started raining a while ago tonight here where I am. So why do I like this so much? It reminds me of amusement parks and Disney. Okay, and this doesn't exactly line up, so, and that's when I say to you, it's handmade, so it's okay. I'm going to attach this right to the back of here with an 1/8 of an inch border going around, and you will see when I push this up, see how it hits exactly where it should. Okay. I am going to not raise this, just regular, your regular tape runner. So let me make sure it's going the right way. And I do not have my mat. I lost it yesterday, and I haven't bothered to try to find it. I was without power last night, so that's why I am behind and a little bit shaky today. We left the house and we went to Panera where we could get Wi-Fi. We were not prepared for not having power. And we came home 2.5 hours later, and the power was on, and I think it had just been restored because we didn't get notifications until a little bit after we got into the house. So, and then it went out again 2 hours later, while we were sleeping. So, well, I wasn't exactly sleeping, and I knew it went out. You can burnish this down. Burnish this side. Okay, and I don't want these sticking to this. There, that's a little bit better. Okay. And our next thing is, so I stamped the DSP and I attached it to the inside back with the border, and then I added the cars, attached the Coastal Cabana on the front of this. Yes. Okay, so I embossed this, and in the kits you get all of this all done for you, everything cut, everything completely done for you. So the Coastal Cabana is going to go on here. I'm going to use my green glue. I think I used 3 or 4 types of glue on this. And this did rip. Lately, I've been having trouble with my die cutting machine. But when you glue it down, you cannot tell that. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but when you glue it down, you don't see that. Okay, so that's going to go here. Oh, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to put another white piece on the back here and cover that and stamp that again. Okay. Okay, tactical command in the front. Bottom adhesive. Let's go that way. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing this. You did a nice job on there too. I'm going to cut a square piece of white. Okay, and I'm going to glue the back. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to set up my subsection. I have to glue to the back, on the back of the card. Stamp happy birthday. Sentiment. Stamp the ticket, celebrate. I did that. So I need a piece of white cardstock for this. Let me just measure what I need. I need approximately 3 by 4. I'm going to do 3 3/4 by 3 1/4 or a little bit more. Part of this. you can see me here. I'm just cutting 3 3/4 by, I think it was 3 1/4. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it Happy Birthday. One more time. Let me make sure this is going the right way. Yep. Okay, that looks so nice. Okay. So I can set this one aside, this aside. I cut that off, and I only need these 2 pieces. I need a gear. Gotta grab one of my gears. Okay. And okay, so this is the part that spins, so it goes down. This is the part that spins, and it rotates around. So the smaller side is the side that you want to put on the bottom part, okay? And this is the piece that's going to actually turn, so it's going to go in between this. And I'm going to glue dot it and see how that works using my glue dots. And I need a new box of glue dots. I used those up yesterday. This is the box of glue dots. My box came damaged, and this is how they sent them to me. That damaged. I was not too happy. Sometimes I get damaged boxes. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue dot right on there and lift it off. Okay, and I'm going to center it on here, wiggling it around a little bit before I stick it down. And I want it right there. Okay, and then I'm going to add another glue dot to the top. I'm going to use my pick tool for that. I'm just going to lift that glue dot up, And I'm going to ball it a little bit because it's a little bit big. I don't want it to interfere with the mechanism. And these glue dots are very, very sticky. As you can see, it's holding onto my finger. And look at that. Okay. And that's all you have to do. You just go like that. You don't have to, you can go like that. Woo! Okay, so it spins. So this is straight up. And I am going to grab my gondolas and attach those. Okay. I can tell the back and the front. So this is the front. I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to do my needle point. And I need 4 of each of these colors. There's 3 colors. So 12 gondolas. So I'm going to go right around with these. There's 1 there. And the liquid glue gives you that little bit of wiggle room so you can get it on. I'm trying to line that up right there. Okay, 1. All you need is a little dot. Mm-hmm. Two. There's a wrong side and a right side, and that's what I'm looking at. So I can tell what side to put the glue on. Three. So we're going to go green, or what Coastal Cabana this is. I don't know why I called it green. There's a lot of good colors leaving. The 2024 in colors are beautiful. And I'm going to miss those colors. They're like Art Deco. Look at Art Deco colors. These ones are. Okay. Green. Lemon Lolly. I did it again calling it green. Just ignore me. Hi, Ann. How are you? Okay. Thank you for watching. if you're watching for the first time, please like, subscribe, comment. Subscriptions are free. Free tutorials every Monday. So it's every 3. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I need the Coastal Cabana again. Let me grab this one. There we go. And since we're demos, did you look at the online catalog? We, as demonstrators, the catalog was released digitally to us today at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And we got to look at everything, and then we get to pre-order starting on the 24th. The catalog comes out the first Tuesday of May, I think it is. It's pretty exciting. Okay, I'm going with Lemon Lolly. I haven't used Lemon Lolly in a long time. I remember I used it for the coffee cups. It was in that DSP. I still have that DSP. Designer Series Paper. That's what DSP stands for. If anyone's listening and is not a demonstrator or listening for the first time and does not know what that is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Just making sure I didn't mess up. When you talk and you craft and you're thinking about multiple things, you get confused. Happens to all of us. Because you're thinking about multiple things. Okay. Back to Coastal Cabana. This is tedious work. I usually do not do small gondolas, and I've avoided it long enough with this DSP because I've made other cards with the Ferris wheel. So I've been to a lot of different places that have Ferris wheels. Last year I was in Chicago and I went to their pier and they had a Ferris wheel. Okay, just 2 more. So I have pictures from that I can scrapbook. Paris, I have my pictures I printed out, and I'm going to use this, the Ferris wheel and the gears. I went to a museum. It was all Impressionist art, and it has the gears in the set right in front of a window, and I have the picture of that. So I want to scrapbook it, and I want to use the gears for that. And so I'm definitely using that in scrapbook pages, and those are coming with this set. So I knew immediately. I was like, oh, that reminds me of something. And then, you know, Santa Monica Pier has the Ferris wheel. So there's so many piers that I've been to. I can keep naming them in different cities that have. Oh, I didn't need this one. Oh, yes, I did. Right here it is. Okay. Ferris wheels. And I bet you can name some, huh? Hi, Carol. Love the Ferris wheel. I do too. I don't like riding Ferris wheels though. They're not my favorite ride. I prefer the roller coaster. So, okay. And there it is. This is one of the cards we are going to put together with the gears. Wait till you go to Paris. You're gonna see the Ferris wheel. The Champs-Élysées. It's on that street, and from the Trump, from the top of the Trump, if you go to the Trump, the arches, you will see the Ferris wheel. I'm thinking of a, I might try a different mechanism for this adhesive. I might do I've used liquid adhesive too, and it's really good. Okay, let's put the star in the center. I was thinking also a dimensional for it. I can't wait to, it was a cloudy day. It was, hazed over, but it didn't matter because you could still see the, from the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Élysées, and, which is the main boulevard, and from the top of it, and you can, I have all pictures, just, oh, I can't wait to scrapbook those, and there we go. Okay. You do not want to be on that ride when it's spinning like that. I can tell you that. I would be so sick. Okay. So we are going to put this guy right here. Okay. And we just need glue. We don't need anything else besides some really good glue. Okay, and just on the black stand. And this is going to go right about here. Okay. And I am just going to slide my bone folder under here to tack this down. And straighten it out, of course. With liquid glue, you can do that. And I don't want to adhere it on this side, and I did put glue on the edges, so remember not to do that. I will be making a short video for this, so I just rubbed the glue off on my fingers. Okay, so if you want intricate things, you have to, work on them like this, and it does take this kind of time to make beautiful things. And I'm going to put these in the center area, the two dimensionals. And this is not going to go in a, like this would be nice on the front of a gift box. You're not going to put this, and then I'm going to put a star over here. I got to do the arrows. I'm going to slide one under here somewhere, somehow. I should have followed my steps, and I didn't. So putting 2 of these arrows under here. I probably could even cut it. Yep, I am going to cut it. There we go. Perfect. One's going there. Wrong way. Right there. And then I need a yellow one. I'm going to cut it almost the same amount. Put some adhesive on the back. You don't need very much. It's going to stick down. Put that one right there. And then I'm going to add I'm going to add them back here. I'm going to add a palm tree there. I wasn't sure if I was going to use everything. I could just put a dimensional and have it like a 3D. You can get these on Amazon, and I will put the link on this video for those. I got a big pack, and so I have some different sizes. I have larger ones than this, but I have two packs of these. Am I ready for Saturday, Carol? No, not yet. I'm getting there. Okay, I want a mini dimensional, and I don't see them here. I got regular. I got lots of little pieces. I will find them. Here they are. Here's some. Here's some packs of minis. Okay. Still haven't added my light this week. I'm going to add this, see right there. Okay. And a star over here. See, this is when it becomes your own. You decide what you want to add, what you don't need to add, and yep, I'm going to add that one there. And now it becomes a really dramatic card. Now, you could also put this on a scrapbook page. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to add a small, I should have one yellow, smaller. Some star here. Yeah, I have a smaller yellow. This is a large. It comes in 3 sizes. There's 3 of them. I'm going to add that one there. And then I'm going to add just a couple of dimensionals. Now, there's another way you could do this. Instead of cutting out all of these, there is the DSP, and you could just cut out the DSP and use that. I have enough stuff for, like, I have enough cards for at least 3 cards right now, and all the rest of the stuff I have enough for two cards. But I do have all my cards cut for Saturday, and Yeah, I'm excited. So the back says happy birthday. See that? And you see it moving. It's moving on its own now. You know, it's just moving. And there it is. I am pretty excited about that. Yeah, I would have had that come down a little bit, and I might add a little something here. I will figure that out. You know me afterwards. And a few little embellishments that I'm going to add. I didn't pull them yet. Um, I'm thinking of some clear ones. Now, or stars. Ooh, the stars would be pretty. These stars that I have left over. I just pulled whatever was on top. I was thinking of some clear ones. I have a whole pack of these from Halloween. And by the way, this is not black. This is Secret Sea. It really, in person here, at night it looks a little bit more black, but earlier today it looked like a very dark navy. And I love this Art Deco colors of this. And what a fun birthday card this is. I'm just loving it. But wouldn't these black stars, a couple of these black stars up in the sky, and look at how different this looks, this paper, once you stamped on it. Because it is just like a cloud paper. But yeah, so I got this from somebody else, and I want to give them credit. I did not do this myself, although I knew that I wanted my Ferris wheel to spin. I knew I was going to have a spinning Ferris wheel. I'm also going to do a spinning soccer ball. I have one of those for scrapbooking that I have the scrapbooking kit for the soccer layout for the online exclusives this month. So yeah, there's plenty to craft every Monday, and that's it. Tell me if you like it. Do you love it? Do you like it? Is it okay? It's not your style. That's okay. I think somebody would just be in love with this card and just really want this card. I can't imagine not wanting this card. I would love it. So, yeah. So let me know. Thank you for watching. Any questions? Carol loves it. And yeah, I do. I love the Ferris wheels. And another special card. Hand done, handmade, just super special. And I will add some. I'm going to add a couple things on here. And then I'll post the finished card tomorrow. It'll be on Instagram and Facebook. Follow me on those if you're watching. And let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.